Nice to see you. Welcome. We're waiting for a few more guests to come into the lobby with us, and maybe we're going to start in like the next 5 minutes or so.
No problem.
Awesome.
Okay, I have the document open. Manuel, I'm going to send you a direct link. I put it in the Google Drive.
Okay.
Let's see. Niambura, just checking on that tip I gave you about opening the tabs, ready to go, so we don't have to have delay.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. We are. Yeah. Everything I need to be open is open, and I'm happy about that.
Yeah, it saved my life many times.
It's very convenient, by the way.
Just 1 sec. I'll be back. I'll be right back in 1 second.
Hi, Clarice. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, thank you.
Hi.
Nice
Awesome.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Where are you watching us from?
I'm from Porto Alegre. I've been working with Cameron for a while now.
Nice. Are you also with uBegin?
Beginning, but I'm a great supporter.
That's nice. That's nice. I hope that you're going to gain something from this.
Wonderful. Hello, Clarice.
Hi, Cameron.
We're going to start in the next 1 minute or so. And yeah, hopefully you're going to have some fun.
Is Amina joining us?
No, she's currently engaged elsewhere.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Jackie and I are representing iMatter.
Excellent. She seems extraordinarily busy
Yes, yes, she is.
all the time.
I really admire her drive.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yes, yes. I noticed that as well.
Just a second, one last minute thing, and we'll start. So let's start. I guess it's fine now. We've added
Wonderful.
people as they come. Cameron, are you good?
I'm good to go. Thank you, Nyambura.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Nyambura Karaoke, and I'm here on behalf of iMatter. Your training lead for this afternoon in Nairobi, anyway. And I'm a digital campaigns intern at Oxfam and serving iMatter. I'm with Cameron, of course, the dope founder and CEO of the uBegin platform. I'm also with
de la
Jackie.
plateforme uBegin et aussi Jackie.
Marta, de la responsable de logística y que se ocupa.
And also have our dope Spanish interpreters. That would be Ignacio and Gonzalez, as well as Festus and Weru for French. And yeah, welcome, and let's get started. So over to you, Cameron. I'd like you to give us a short presentation on what uBegin is and why it is and why it's special to anybody who's project managing anything for their movement right now.
Excellent. Thank you, Nyambura. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us.
À tout le monde, une opportunité pour nous d'introduire à uBegin.
Is here for you to support you in taking
Para
advantage
apoyaros y a aprovechar esta ventaja en la gestión de proyectos.
of the campaign. uBegin is a unique product on the market in that it supports network collaboration. This is what we're really focusing in on. This is, and in network collaboration, this is where you're working with people that are not necessarily inside your organization. It's a distributed approach to campaigns, which is the iMatter campaign. So we've designed a network collaboration platform around this. What is uBegin? uBegin is an online collaboration solution for organizing networks of projects to achieve high impact goals. Three main aspects to our offering is the network collaboration and project management environment, which we will take you through during this workshop. Within that, you will find some very interesting interactive network mapping tools so that you can access the rest of the iMatter network. We also offer community building activities like this webinar. The benefits to your ecosystem, your network, from using a platform like uBegin is increased participation because more people can access your collaboration environments more easily. It opens up access to network resources. We have public profile pages for your projects to attract new advocates and learn and share with other people that are working on different projects with similar goals around the world. Having it within the platform, the iMatter campaign within the platform, once we get your projects going, we can aggregate the progress data to demonstrate the impact of all of your work. Now, in this workshop, as I said, we're going to be focusing on setting up a project and milestones and needs within that. So we want to focus on helping you create a workflow, a collaborative workflow, and this is what most of this workshop will be focused around. Inside a project on uBegin, you can define the purpose of the project, why you're doing this project, specific milestones that you need to achieve to reach the project purpose, specific needs underneath milestones, and then collaborating in events and conversations. So this workflow here is what we're going to go through. And now I'll switch it back to Nyambura, who's going to show us the actual platform. Stop sharing.
Thank you for that, Cameron. Sorry, we were doing a few logistic things in the background. So,
No worries.
okay, awesome. So on that note, you have a basic understanding on what the software is about. As iMatter, we chose uBegin because it has that global appeal that we were looking for, seeing as all our partners have been pulled from different parts of the planet. I really like the conversation block feature, and there you can have active translations of your conversation, so you don't really have to like go back and forth between like Google Translate and something as you speak. So it doesn't matter what you have to, how you have to say something, as long as the information is there, you can communicate and you can collaborate. And that's
Et l'avoir, et c'est exactement ce que nous voulons faire par rapport à
Y esto es de lo que se trata, la comunicación entre todos los lugares del mundo. Por tanto, por mi parte, os voy a ir llevando en los aspectos básicos cómo empezar su propio perfil. Voy a compartir mi
écran dans quelques instants.
And I'm just going to take you through how a basic profile should look like. So prior to this, we had emailed you to possibly create a profile for yourself. That will just make this exercise easier. If not, that's fine. We're just going to inform you what goes on an average profile. Anyway, so of course, you're going to start with your name. And I strongly advise for you to post a picture, either a logo of your organization or of yourself. That way you're going to give somebody immediate knowledge of who you are and create interest in to even look at your profile and interact with you. It's more relatable that way. You're also going to post up your location. That helps in terms of like about getting to know your context, how your area is doing in the moment, which languages you speak, and it will help people interact with you based on that. It will inform people on that. And you're also going to advise you anyway to populate your skills section. So as an example, I put in mine, which is creating digital content and disseminating said content. In this manner, during the networking process that we're going to show you later on, you're going to know also what to ask from somebody when you're first interacting with them. So what special skills relate to what is it that you're about to do, which part of your project and milestone they can help you with. On public projects, I'm going to go back to Cameron in a bit to explain that better. So we can now just go to global goals for now. So as an example, I put for my SDG goals, I put gender equality, quality education, good health and well-being. This also helps, again, because even if you're part of an organization or a movement, it's also a shorthand way of knowing where your head is at. So when you see somebody, as you're going to see later in the opportunity map section, who is aligned with maybe some of what you're about.
Certains de vos intérêts, c'est facile de commencer une conversation avec cette personne.
La sección I care about, de lo que me importa. Aquí pueden ver los temas que a mí.
We have not gotten to that yet. We'll explain that. And yeah, you can also see which organizations the person is part of. So I'm under iMatter, which is under Oxfam International. Again, all this information is really good to help you approach anybody about anything and in the best way possible. Back to you, Cameron, to explain on public projects shortly.
Sure, let me share my screen again. Can you stop? Yeah, excellent.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay. So this is a project that we set up earlier. We set this up about a year ago. It's for the iMatter campaign, and so it's got, this is a public, this is a private project you'll see up here. which means that only the members, the collaborators in this project can see it. It's not visible within the platform to anyone else and not shareable through the public. You only access it by invitation. During this workshop, we will go through adding you to this project. So public and private projects, that's what we mean. You can have a mix of public and private environments. Public ones you can use to attract more collaborators and celebrate the success of your project in a bigger audience. Nimbura, would you like me to show the opportunity map here, or I can go back to you?
Can go back to me.
Okay, very good.
So you can just stop screen share and then I'll take over from there. Okay, guys, so we're going into the opportunity map, which I think is like the coolest part of the website because it's so visual and animated. Cameron really like pulled out all the stops here. Give me a second.
We actually did. Like, this was a massive effort adding this feature. Yeah,
I think it's absolutely thrilling. So it's also going to be like a lot of fun to show everybody how that looks like. So let's get straight into that. Awesome. So I hope everybody can see.
J'espère que tout le monde peut voir. Voilà. Ici, c'est la partie...
So under the iMatter project, because iMatter is a project under Oxfam, it's going to show you everybody involved with the project. An opportunity map basically shows you everybody who's immediately concerned with the project and their particular roles in that project, how they're related to each other, how they're related to the SDGs that we had put earlier in the profile section when you're populating it, and that's why you're going to see how it's important. So initially it looks a bit complicated, but it's actually not, because when you hover over like certain names and certain organizations, the map automatically simplifies their relations to each other, and you can just like track it in real time. So starting with like the iMatter campaign itself, this is what brought everybody here. Everybody on the project map is here for this particular purpose, and you're going to see all the leading lines lead to everybody involved and everybody and every other organization involved. After that, you're going to now go into like particular individuals. So I'll use our founder, now the iMatter founder, as an example. So that's Amina's profile. When you click on it, when you click on someone's profile, it pulls up their profile now, like now with the details and everything. So as you can see there, you can read Amina's details. Unfortunately, it's just out of my reach on my computer, but you can choose to view and how to communicate with her directly. Then all those things that you had populated in your profile are going to now show up here and what they're linked to. So you can see Amina is linked to an Oxfam, a particular Oxfam goal. She's also linked to SDGs that are close to her heart. There's gender equality, partnership for the goals, that sort of thing. And she's also linked to a particular movement that we're partners with in Venezuela. When I click away from that, I go back to now the general opportunity map. So I think now you're starting to see how that convenient interaction is working and how you can quickly navigate the map and know who is who immediately. So just for an example's sake, I'm going to choose somebody else so that you can see now how they're related to the iMatter project. So here I'm going to choose Tay. Tay is one of our partners. He's with an organization called the Carrot Co. And you can now see how he's linked to iMatter and what we are about. So Tay is linked to iMatter directly. Tay is linked to his own organization. Tay is linked to the She Rocks project the She Rocks milestone that under this particular project we are doing, he has also like instituted it. Tay is linked to gender equality and quality education as a goal. So for me, quality education is something that's important to me. I can see that. I can choose to communicate.
Ooh.
Oh, so I can choose to communicate with him directly, and we can talk about, maybe I'll start to breach a conversation with him. We can talk about education. We can even come to create a milestone, as you're going to see later. When I click on the view profile section, another tab opens and I can now look at his profile more directly and see what he's about. So I think you're now starting to see how, again, relatively easy it is and how convenient and powerful this particular section of the website is. It's really great, really quick, and it's also great for accountability. You know who is doing what and where and what they're about. You can hold them to that particular standard. And yeah, you can now get to do your project properly and know who's involved and get to know everybody in a nice, easy way. So it's like an office, but not having to go to an office, which is good.
Very nice.
Thank
Nice
you.
description.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And we are now about to go into management. Cameron, I'd like you to give us a short introduction into
Certainly.
that, and then I'll take over from there. Over to you.
Okay. So as you can see in the project, we have these sections here: overview, management, map, conversations, files, events, and milestones. Every project is the same. This is what the view looks like when you're in the project. You've already joined the project. And so there's this overview section, again, which will tell you the latest activities and updates in this project. And then we start moving into the management section so that we can plan projects, milestones, and needs. So here we have a timeline. All these milestones were previously completed by people in the iMatter campaign. And so we can create a new milestone and then specific needs underneath each milestone. And they'll appear on a nice timeline here. So everybody in the project can see who's working on what and what the priorities are. Actually, and then in the needs section, we haven't created a need yet, but we will go through that in this step of the project. In this section, I don't know if any of you have seen this before, but we have a Kanban board, what's called a Kanban board. And you'll be all the needs will appear in columns here, which we'll show you in the breakout rooms. And then you can drop and drag them between the different stages, so that each of you can manage the needs to completion. As Nyambura mentioned, you can have conversations with anybody in the project here as well. You can add files, create events. Events can be shared on social media as well for a public project. And people can register for those events. The milestones at the end here shows each of these milestones and their stage of completion. And so this is where you get to celebrate and share the completion of milestones. Here's a history of what's been happening in the iMatter campaign previously. So you can click on any of these. And this is like a final report of this particular milestone. And the rest of them are like this as well.
Et le reste de la page.
Stop sharing and come back.
Awesome. So thank you for that, Cameron.
Merci beaucoup, Cameron. Pour ma part, je vais vous faire parcourir comment créer cette étape majeure, grande étape, et comment vous allez le travailler. Ici, comme une plateforme, je compte. La partie de gestion.
So I hope everybody can see.
J'espère que tout le monde peut voir.
So these are some of the milestones with things.
Voilà les grandes étapes dans le projet Je compte créer ont été créées avec le temps. Sur cette partie des dates, des échéances, ça se partage, ça se répartit en semaines. Ensuite, en fonction des besoins et les détails.
Los datos del proyecto. Así que esto se puede ampliar o contraer en función de las necesidades.
So we're going to define a milestone as an example. And as some of you had seen in the emails that we had sent out, we want to do an iMatter network project on International Women's Day. So we're just going to give that title for now. International Women's Day. So start date would be today and ending on International Women's Day on March the 8th. I've created the project, but you're going to see how you can volunteer. So I'll give like the project a short description. iMatter project for IWD. And we can add photos, we can add video, we can add, let's say if we had like many projects as iMatter, we can add like a banner just to distinguish it specifically, or rather many milestones. And we can add files, which I personally think is a very crucial feature here. So I'll be adding the files later, but the good part with this is that, let's say if your project is, let's say policy oriented, which tends to be heavy with like papers and articles and research and that sort of thing. You can add your files here, and depending on how people join the milestone to volunteer, whatever skills that they have.
Se joindre à ce grande étape que vous avez cliqué sur le
Them a direct message. You can ask them to come access the file section, see what they need. Maybe you need to compile a report. Maybe you put Excel sheets that have data here. You can go now to those Excel sheets, add to the report, and even come back and still post more files based on that. And another cool feature is being ready for assignment, in progress, that one, and completed. And it's currently set on private, and Cameron had explained about private and public projects and that sort of thing earlier. So we're gonna preview how it's going to look like first before we post. So we have the title of our milestone. We have the description. If it had files, we would have seen some uploaded here. And now you can see the part that now you as a participant and as a member of the iMatter project can join. So when I post this up and I give you more details later on how to now join the iMatter project, the iMatter milestone for International Women's Day, this is where you're going to click to be able to interact with the milestone itself.
Just click on the, that's right, yes.
Yeah.
Still hidden, thank you.
When you post that,
Excellent.
I'm going to just chill for it to load in a bit.
I can see it already. Wonderful.
Awesome. So this prompt is for creating a need. So within the uBegin ecosystem, you have your big project, then you have your milestones, which are like now aspects of the project that you want to complete. And then within your milestones, there are like several needs. So going back to my example about maybe policy, and we need some research done. You're going to create a need for that. And I'm going to demonstrate how to do that right now. So maybe for the International Women's Day, we need research and interviews to be performed for that. I'll say that we're going to need a camera. We're going to need an Excel sheet of data. We're going to need a video editor within this need. So when you say now join Milestone, and you now go to these particular needs, and these needs have like further sub needs divided into them, you're not going to be in a position to volunteer your services and your skill set towards that. So let's say one of you is really good with After Effects and is a good video editor. You're going to come and will now volunteer your services. And then you can mark now at what point, how the need has been tended to at this stage. So let's say you're the editor and you already know what you're going to do and you receive your footage, you're going to mark it as in progress. When you edited the footage, you maybe submitted it to the person who's running this particular milestone and they are reviewing it before they approve. So you're going to put it in review, or even the person running it can do that. Or whoever you've appointed to be now like your main project manager and is overseeing that. But even if you still want to do it yourself, it would still be okay. And that's saving the need for having so much back and forth and asking each other. And everybody can see what has been done and they can review it by themselves, and everybody within your milestones account is keeping you accountable or is accountable for what they need to do. Then finally, you can mark it as completed if it's been checked off. So for our sample, maybe we're going to do from tomorrow to next week, 16th. That's when I need it to happen. So between tomorrow and the 16th, depending on who's taken whatever role, they're going to say it's in progress, or it's been completed now and it just needs to be reviewed. And when reviews have been approved, you can now mark it finally as completed. So for just purposes of demonstration, I'm going to mark this as in progress and say maybe we've done like about 10% of the work because we've now told you about it, and that's part of the need being fulfilled. Going to leave it at that. Come to the save icon, save changes.
Ooh.
Little bugs here and there, but that's fine.
Little bugs.
Yeah. So we're just going to wait for that to load.
Okay.
We're going to go into management. I feel that we are comfortable with this and can still go back to it in the Q&A section. And I'm going to say no thanks. And there we have it. So it's running from the 6th week of February.
Donc, 6e semaine de l'année jusqu'à 9e ou 10e semaine de l'année. Et vous pouvez voir dans le calendrier, vous avez besoin de recherche et interview ici.
Entrevistas relacionadas con este hito de mayor espectro. Así que podemos hacer clic directamente.
It's currently in progress. You can see.
It'll just take a moment to load that chat box.
Okay.
And just to mention there, so this is a place to have a conversation with collaborators about this specific need. There's video calling capability as well. So it's a nice interactive tool for you to work on the need.
Yeah, because definitely being able to interact in real time is like super important for whatever it is that you're doing. Yeah.
Excellent.
And yeah. So I'm going to get out of that fast.
If you just go into the completing needs section as well, because we weren't able to show them before.
Okay.
just underneath the map, next to planning, the completing project needs. Yeah, there. And this is what I mean by the Kanban board. So this is a specific need. You can drag and drop this through the different stages. So if you grab it, if you move to the left a little bit, yeah, and grab it, you can drag it. Yeah, yeah. And so whenever you're self-assigned or assigned to a particular need, you can come into this section here and know where everybody's at specifically on completing the project needs.
Yeah. So let's say we drop it in review. Cameron, it will change color, right? In the planning section.
Sorry, correct. Yes, correct. It should. You might need to refresh actually.
Okay.
It should. But yes, it'll change. It'll change color. The need will change color based on the stage that it's at. If it's not, then it's a little bug.
Okay, so let's check that out. Oh, nice.
Very nice.
That's good. From orange to blue, because it's in the review section. And yeah. So as we go, and now as iMatter, when we do our International Women's Day project, we're going to get to see this in real time as we'll be organizing from here.
Excellent.
So
wonderful.
I'm going to stop sharing my screen in a bit.
Okay.
And we're going to go into the next aspect. So initially we were to do group work, but seeing as we're few enough and everybody is relatively comfortable with English, we'll be doing it together. So I'm just going to do a few changes in about 2 minutes and we can start the group project together. Awesome. So see you in a bit. Do not move from your computer. I'll be back right now. And we are back from that very short commercial break. And we're ready to start. So initially we were to separate into groups, but seeing as we are a bit of an intimate gathering, we can just do it here. So I'm going to kindly ask you to open up your screens, open up your video feed, or in the very least, open up your microphone, and we are going to do a short exercise together or now defining milestones. Hi, Steven. Welcome.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Oh, that's awesome. Seeing your hair with somebody else, which is really nice. Say hi to her. Hi.
This is Javan of Refugee Women Organization.
Sorry?
This is Javan of Refugee Women Organization.
Refugee Women Organization. Awesome. Welcome. Hi, Faida.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
We like
okay.
your red walls. They look really nice, really striking.
Thank you. I'm Faida Jacqueline, working for Crown the Woman.
Crown the Woman, South Sudan.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice to see you here. Hi, Belle G. Can you hear us? Maybe they've gone AFK, which is fine. We have our translators here quietly. We've already met with them. Cool people. Yuan Feng, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hi, are you with us?
Hi, yes, I am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Where are you
good.
joining
Nice
us
to
from?
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm currently in The Hague from the Netherlands.
Oh, nice. Nice to see you here. Hi, Rita. Rita is an old friend of iMatter. It's been
Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
nice to see you here. Hi, Rita.
Nice to meet you.
Hello,
Nice
Rita.
to meet you, everyone. Hello.
Hi, where are you joining us from?
I'm joining in from Uganda, Kampala.
Oh, nice. Nice to see you. Nice to have you.
Thank you.
Who else has just joined us? Is that Eve? Hi, Eve.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Where are you joining us from?
Kampala, Uganda.
Nice to have you. Nice global audience. So happy to have you here. So we're going to do this exercise together. And we're going to define a milestone. And the completion date is literally just a few minutes from now. The title of this is How Well Do You Know Your iMatter Partners? Sorry about that. So we are all just going to share a little bit about our organizations and maybe one or two projects that you're working on. I'm going to kindly ask you to limit that to about a minute or two each, and we are going to mark it off as we go. So we're going to start at 10. Let's put the due date as tomorrow because I can't get into the hours of it. And yeah, we're just going to have a chat and we're going to mark it off as you watch. So I'm going to put it as in progress to start with. We don't have any files to add for now, but I do urge you when you make your accounts, when you make your uBegin accounts, I'm going to urge you to upload files, reports, anything that you may have that you feel is valuable to the network. And you can share and get to talk with each other directly if you want to do so when we're now off the webinar. So I'm going to post that. And we are going to start. So on my little screen over here, I'm seeing Faida. So we'll start with Faida if you don't mind. Tell us who you are, what you're about, where you're from, and one project that you or your organization is currently doing.
Okay, Nyambura, thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Faida Jacqueline once again, working for Crowned Woman under care. Okay, I'm the project officer, Women's Voice and Leadership under care.
Okay, under care. Thank you for that, Faida. And
just refresh that page, Nyambura, please.
Okay, no problem. As we do that, on my little screen, I see Yuan Feng. Kindly tell us who you are, where are you from, what are you working on right now? And Yuan Feng, are you with us? Well, I think she's frozen a little bit over there. Are you good to go?
Hello? Can you
Hello?
hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yes, hi everybody. I'm Yuan. I'm from China, but I'm currently based in the Netherlands. I work for New Women Connectors, which is an NGO.
Pour New Women Message, qui est une ONG
living in the Europe, and we have a project right now. It's called Leading Resilience. So we have been holding 6 online events for different background refugee women.
Okay, thank you for that, Yuan Feng. That is really good.
Policy-making process for EU.
Sorry, didn't hear that last part.
I was saying can you hear me? Sorry, I think the net connection is really bad.
Sorry about that. Just repeat a bit, just in case nobody had that last part.
Yes, we have this Leading Resilience series of events where we gather women who speak different languages and together to share their living experiences, and we conclude policy briefs from these discussions.
Oh, nice. New Women Connectors are also old friends of iMatter. When they post their files, I want to urge you to go and check that out later. Stephen, would you tell us about you, your organization, where you're from, and one or two things that you're currently doing?
Yeah, I'm Stephen Wandu Bimo from Biribidi Refugee Settlement in Yumbe District in Uganda. I'm the Executive Director of ICANN South Sudan that engages children in social and musical activities to heal them of trauma, give them voice to advocate for peace. And we are now working on a project called Save Life Now and Future, funded by Oxfam, which we have two activities, that is training single mothers on business management skills and giving them capital to empower them so that they can be able to take care of their children. Secondly, we'll have dialogue that involve the host community leaders and the refugees to build up peaceful coexistence among refugees and the host. So thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Stephen. Very happy to have you as well.
Nimbura, just please remove that 404 in the URL there and just go back to your dashboard.
Just a second. Let me just stop sharing for a second. Oh. Sorry, experiencing technical difficulties. In the meantime,
just refresh in your menu there. Just go to the menu on the top right.
Okay.
And go to your dashboard and just open up the project again.
Okay. In the meantime, Manuel, please share with us all the way from Brazil who you are, what you do, who you are with, and what you're working on right now.
So hello guys, nice to meet you all. I'm Manuel, I'm from Brazil, I'm Brazilian. I'm speaking from São Paulo and I'm with uBegin. So I work with uBegin with strategic education and business development here in Brazil. So if you need any help with, we help managers across the world to inside the platform, to organize every project management they would need. Nice to meet you all. I'm really happy to be here with you.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Manuel. Is there anybody else who'd like to volunteer about one or two people before we move on to the next thing? Just kindly unmute or show us a video. Maybe Sharon or Eve, if you've not shared yet. Oh, there we go.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Hello. I'm okay. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Very happy to see you here.
Happy to see you as well. My name is Sharon Erienyu, and I'm the Communications Officer at Women's International Peace Center. We are a feminist organization that works to amplify women's voices in conflict and post-conflict areas. And we're working in Uganda, South Sudan, Nepal, Burundi, and DRC. In Uganda, we're currently working on 2 projects or even more, but something that I can get off head. Promoting women's effective participation in peace building. That's in Arua, Kasanda, and Kapelebion districts, and also the other one that we are working with refugee women, Kotido, Yumbe, and Ajumani districts. So from that, the project with refugee women is funded by UN Women, and the other one on promoting women's effective participation in peace building is funded by the Democratic Governance Facility in Uganda. Yeah, so from the UN Women Project right now, we have monthly peace committee meetings ongoing with the women peace mediators and the conflict analysts within the settlements, from the refugee settlements, host communities, as well as the district peace committee. So this is basically a platform for the women peace builders to share the issues that are happening within the settlement for action by the by the district peace committees. So yeah, that's a summary. Our Evelyn is with the Women's International Peace Center as well.
Nice. So thanks for that. I think with that, we can conclude our little exercise. And as you can see, I moved it from ready to assignment to in progress. We finished, we've gotten to know each other. Unless anybody would like to share further, we can now just put it in review. So would anybody like to share anything about them? Anything cool? Maybe in a movie you watched recently?
I have fond memories of Uganda, Kampala.
That's nice. Uganda's
It's
been
nice to
very
hear
well
someone from there.
in this workshop. So that one. So now that Cameron has shared that nice little tidbit, we're going to mark this exercise as complete. Research and interviews has not been done yet because, like we said, we put it for a longer timeline, so it's just going to stay there. So seeing as we've not even started anything anyway, I'm going to move it back. And when you're going to see, when we're now doing our own International Women's Day project, anybody can do this based on how we are talking and interacting with each other using the platform. So, as I said before, full accountability, full freedom, there are no hierarchies, you know exactly what everybody is doing at any given time, and you're free to use this aspect of the management part to make sure everything is running. So I'm just going to switch back to the planning so that we can see if the color has changed. Oh, great. So as we can see, it's changed. How well do you know our iMatter partners? Our short exercise, because it's complete, it's gone to red. Research and interviews hasn't been completed yet, so it's still at blue. And with that, we are done with our exercise. And we're going to now go shortly into the file section. I'd like to show you how that works before we can go into the Q&A. So I'm just going to delete that in copies, and then I'm going to upload it again. So one of the other great features of this website is the ability to share your files in real time and access other people's files as well. So as you can see here, this is completely free material for any of us now within the iMatter project to use. So let's say you're having, maybe at Bidi Camp, there's a particular issue that you're trying to solve, and you've been looking for resources to research and that can help your particular issue. So just as an example, I'm not saying maybe like Stevie needs this in particular, but maybe Stevie looks into local networks.
Donc peut-être vous voulez voir le cadre, le réseau local pour la paix. Donc il faut tout. Donc vous voyez un document PDF qui a été élaboré par ou qui a été téléchargé par Wairimo Kamene. Je peux passer a la partie de télécharge.
Descargar aquí ese documento y entonces utilizarlo. O y tal vez Sharon que era
done for strategy within this particular field, if it's a peace building strategy sort of project. She can come and look through our own library. I'm seeing over here, iMatter campaign strategy presentation. She can download that. She can use it as a template if she wants for her particular needs. She can use it as a research item. Basically, this is here for you to help educate others and also educate yourselves. So let's say you've seen somebody's profile, maybe they are an expert on a particular thing, they'll redirect you to the file section, you can download what you need. Or if you are an expert, you can upload what somebody needs and they can access it themselves. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to upload one. I'm just going to re-upload the same file because it's mostly for me. I'm going to urge you later to look for this particular file when we're planning our International Women's Day activities. So I'll click on open. I haven't selected it, sorry. Oh, file size must be under 150 MB. So try and keep your file sizes manageable. We're just going to wait for that to load. There's a notification, the red number 1 for our file. And yeah, now we are at 3 copies of Plans for International Women's Day 2021. Very easy, very straightforward, and very accessible to anybody who needs. On the delete section, I urge you to not maybe delete someone else's file, just in case there might be a conflict somewhere. So please be sure to chat with somebody. So like, let's say it's me, I've uploaded 3 copies, we don't need that. Please talk to me sidebar. Within the within the platform, we can talk and then I can delete myself. But that's just a house cleaning issue, not necessarily a software issue. It's very easy, very convenient. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I'm going to invite any questions that may have come up, if there's anything you'd like to know. And we can talk about that before we do a recap. So yeah, the table is open to now you, our dear audience. Is there anything you'd like to ask? Haida? Oh, good. Nice. That means our presentation with Cameron was very straightforward, very easy to understand, and very flattering. Thank you.
Can I add a couple of things here, Nimbura, if that's okay?
No problem. No problem.
Excellent. Just in terms of everyone that's on the call getting set up, creating a profile on uBegin is free. You get to set up your first project for free. You get to set up a network for free and project underneath that. And this is the intention of what we want to do after this call, is have you all register, join this iMatter campaign project so you can see your other collaborators and connect with them, and focus in on projects for the International Women's Day. I just wanted to emphasize that, just in case anyone was curious about setting up their own environments. What we're really encouraging you guys to do is take advantage of this for your own networks, your own projects. You feel free to go in there, register, create your projects, and you can connect them to this project, the iMatter campaign, and it'll appear in the opportunity map. The other thing I wanted to mention here is on the website, and I'll just share my screen actually, just to makes more sense. We will share a link to you to join this project. You'll be prompted to register, and you'll automatically join this project. And then you can create your own, and it'll appear in the opportunity map. Just one more thing I'll mention is this menu up on the top right here is where you can access most things. So I'm managing the uBegin network. I can pop open my conversations, but there's this feature, the dashboard. So if you go to your dashboard, and you'll end up here as soon as you log in. But on your dashboard, this is where you can manage all your projects. So if you go and set up a network, and you can set up more than one network, you can manage all of them here. And so this is my profile. These are all the projects that I am in. And then here's the iMatter campaign. You get a little view on the right-hand side of it. But if you double click this, it'll open up in a new tab. So just to mention this, so you can, when you log in, you're going to be able to easily manage your projects. And we really encourage you to set up your own project and connect it to the iMatter campaign. Me and Buddha will share with you the link to access this project after the call. I think that's what I wanted to share. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Cameron. Thank you for going into it. Seeing as we still have time, I'll also clarify one more thing, and I'll also share my screen. Give me a second. Yeah, I think you can see that. So back on the management, I feel like we have to be a bit more careful with the words we're using in terms of project and then milestone. So in this particular context, a project is a big overarching goal that you are trying to achieve. And on your dashboard, you're going to see that, like as you saw on Cameron's dashboard. So we're just going to see mine.
If you click on the
Oxfam International. So Nyambura, as part of Oxfam International, is involved with the iMatter.
Nyambura, qui fait partie de Oxfam, il est impliqué dans le projet, dans les droits, dans la campagne dans les droits, dans les moments de crise. Donc, quand vous
cliquez, soy importante en iMatter.
If you double click on it, it'll open up in a new tab as well.
Okay. So we're just going to wait for that to load. I'm going into management. Oh, great. When we go into management, within the project, there are now milestones. So milestone is like a project within a project. So as you can see here, there were other things that had gone up in the past. So iMatter launch, which has been completed like last year or so. Yeah, here we are. More resources in the file section. All these have been completed, and as you can see, they've been marked off as completed. So milestones are like now projects within projects. And like in as much as we're using the words interchangeably, most of the time you're going to see that a milestone is what you're going to be using to do now projects as part of an iMatter network. And you can go, like I said, you can go back and forth, see where your milestone is at, add to its needs, communicate with each other during using the software itself.
Just to mention one other thing, Nyambura, on the bottom right there, you'll see this we're online, how may we help you today, with the little uBegin logo on the bottom right. Just in case anyone has any questions, you can reach out to our support team directly just by clicking this and sending us a message. If one of us is online at the time, we can respond to you straight away. If you're having challenges, we can share a screen and help you work through it. But our whole team is here to support all of you to move forward with this collective impact approach.
Awesome. Thank you for that crucial detail, Cameron. That's really important. So in case you ever have any issues, you can chat directly with Cameron, or now within the iMatter context, anything pertaining to iMatter and uBegin, you can also talk to me through this medium or even through email. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we're just about to conclude, and I'm going to now share with you the project that we as iMatter and as a collective are going to do together over the next few weeks. So we want to create content and awareness around International Women's Day. That would be March the 8th. And I'm going to strongly urge you to create a uBegin profile of your own. We will be doing all of our communication using uBegin. We will be updating our milestone using uBegin. Personally, I know I created the project as a mock-up, but within the project, I'm going to now define needs for International Women's Day, and I'm going to ask you to join and contribute your skills and your time. We're having a few ideas. Just off the top of my head, we're going to want to do an Instagram live where we have like a fireside chat, talk about our organizations, where we are at, how COVID has affected women specifically, and within your context, no matter what those may be. When you join, please go and access the International Women's Day file that I had uploaded as you watched. That one has more details. It has more details about our themes, our suggested themes, our suggested activities, and you also really urged to now contribute your ideas to that. And we're going to use the conversation box within uBegin to talk as well. On that note, I will be logging into uBegin every day. I'll be changing and I'll be talking through that platform. I'll be making announcements on that platform, and please interact and let's do something really cool together now that you know the ins and outs of uBegin. Again, just in case of anything, if anybody has any questions, please ask now and then we can conclude. Faida looks like she has a question.
Oh, we can't hear her.
Please unmute your mic, Faida. We can't hear you. We can't. Unmute her.
Hello?
Oh, yeah, now we can. Hi.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, I would like to appreciate all the presentation and everything. I just have a question on what Cameron said. When shall we be able to get the link that will really enable us to join and register?
Yes, I can actually share it with you now. Hang on just one second.
All right.
Where are we? Here we go. Okay.
Sorry, my mic was off. I'm going to share the same link within our Facebook and our Twitter as well for you to access. The recording is also going to be available on the iMatter YouTube. I'm going to post that and you're also going to see. And you can also access it from the iMatter website. And in case you need the recording sent to you directly as well, that's also cool. And it will also act now as a tutorial on how to use uBegin in case you have any other questions. But again, Manuel, Cameron, all of us are available to talk to you about any other questions that you may have. If you have somebody who didn't manage to join this webinar, you can also tell them about that. Great. So, yeah.
One more question.
Okay.
Will the campaign be online due to the pandemic, or I don't know, how is it going to be?
It's going to be the International Women's Day campaign.
Yeah.
It's going to be largely online, and largely online and virtual. There might be activities within like your particular areas, but okay, personally, we're not going to encourage that because of safety issues and COVID, of course. So yeah, mostly online, mostly virtual, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cameron?
Yes?
What?
Sorry, there was a question?
Sorry, anything to add?
Not that I can think of. I suspect what will happen now is when you start following up with everyone and setting milestones and things, we'll get into a bit of a groove. Just to emphasize, we're all really here to support everyone, and wishing everyone a good journey in 2021. Hoping we all stay safe.
Oh yes, yeah. Can really hope for blessings in the coming year. And on that note, thank you so much for attending. Thank you to our dedicated translators. Thank you, Cameron, for being here. Thank you, Manuel, for offering your support. Thanks to Jackie in backstage for making sure everybody has been comfortable and happy. And thank each and every one of you for participating in our intimate little gathering.
Wonderful.
So with that, have a happy new year and see you on uBegin starting tomorrow. Bye.
Woohoo. Ciao all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.